Welcome to fly tying step by step. Today we are going to tie an old favorite, the PTN Hotspot, but we're going to do it in a Perdigon style. So I'm using a Gamakatsu nymph hook. The reason for that is the wider gape that I get, and also the eye of the hook is pointing down. I will show you now why I chose that specific. So to start, we are going to add a 2.5mm tungsten bead, and I'm going to add also a few wraps of lead wire. I'm starting roughly at the point of the hook, and I'm just advancing to the eye of the hook. So when I'm done with that, I push the lead in underneath the bead, and you will see it kicks up the bead so that it's off center, it's not like that anymore, it is off center, and that helps just to create a wider gape here between the bead and the point of the hook. So with that done, I'm going to start with my brown 70 denier thread, and I'm going to lock my lead in place. A few wraps behind the lead wraps just to secure it, and then a few wraps over the thread. The thread helps so that the lead don't slip to the bend of the hook. With that in place, I'm just going to secure my lead with a few wraps, make sure that it's pushed in under the bead, and I'm going to advance my thread to the back. Many people prefer coq de lion, and it's a very nice material, but staying with the tradition of a PTN hotspot, I'm going to use PTN fibers. So with my pheasant tail, I want it to be the same length as my hook shank. Tie it in, 2 loose wraps, make sure it sits on top of the hook shank, and just adjust it as necessary. With that done, I'm just going to advance to the lead and just build up a bit of a transition there, and I can break away my excess. For the ribbing, I'm going to use copper wire in size small. You will see that I pay attention to cover my existing materials, the copper wire and the lead, with thread so that you don't see them. The reason being, we are not going to use any dubbing on this fly. We are just going to use thread and then the ribbing. So with that being So after building up a nice taper, I will do my ribbing. Secure the wire and helicopter that away. So before I continue with the fly, I'm going to put on some UV resin and cure that. I don't want the UV resin to interfere with the rest of the fly tying process, so I will just add a little bit to the body of the fly, and I'm leaving for myself about a bead's length of space behind the bead to tie in my other materials. If you see that you have too much resin, just take some away. We want quite a slim profile. When you're happy with your body, you can just cure it with your UV light. Great, with that done, we will continue with our pattern. So now I'm going to do my wing case and my legs. So for my legs, I'm going to use 6 pheasant tail fibers, 3 on each side. Line them up on the stem, pull them off, and then just separate them for 3 on each side. So what I do is I just put them both sides of the fly, of the hook, 2 loose wraps, and then just pull slightly on them. Just want to make sure that they are on the side. And you pull them until you are happy with the length. There we go. So when you're happy, just tie them in with a few tight wraps. And now we're going to do the thorax and the wing case. For the wing case, I'm using roughly 12 strands of PTN fibers. I'm trimming away the tips of the feather. And I'm tying it in at the tip. Again, just 1 or 2 loose wraps, just to keep them in their place. Position it right on top of the fly. And then I'm adding my hotspot. For my hotspot, I'm using ultra thread, 140 denier, and it's the fire orange fluorescent. With that done, I secure it with my brown thread. And I bring my wing case over. Just going to spin up my thread so that I have a smaller footprint. With that done, we can whip finish. You don't need to do too many whip finish wraps, seeing that you're going to secure it with your UV. And now again, I'm going to take my UV, it just helps if you put it on your needle. You have much more control over it. Just be careful that you don't get your UV varnish onto your pheasant tail fibers. And when you are happy with your profile, you can just secure it with your light. There you have it, a PTN hotspot in a Perdigon style, quick sinking rate, orange hotspot, very, very effective. Thank you for watching Fly Tying Step by Step. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/flytying123. Enjoy your fly tying and your fishing. Bye.